Past lives could never hold me down. Lost love is sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling that this isn't just our first time around. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. What's up, guys? It's time to tap in today. Today we have an incredible topic at our hands. Like we are the mystical shamans here to tap in to our greatest potential ever. I'm so happy to be here today, sharing with you guys this gift of life, of excellence, of gratitude, of love, of unity, consciousness. Okay. First of all, I just want to start and say that nothing stops the Juggernaut. Okay. Nothing stops the Juggernaut. It's a literal or metaphorical force or object that's regarded as unstoppable, that will crush anything in its path. And what do we crush away? We crush away evil. We crush away negativity. Namaste, brother. We do not dominate with hate in our hearts. We dominate from love. We dominate from unity consciousness. Okay? And that's the main difference. So, as you guys know, I've also been completely sober this month, and I've been really dropping all bad habits. This month was one to go all out, go on the soul mission. Last night I went on a date, and even this girl who claims to not be a drinker and a smoker wanted to smoke hookah, and I was like, what? But everybody does it nowadays, you know what I mean? That's the attitude of most youth, most people, you know what I mean? But I stood my ground, kept my composure, kept my frame alive. And in fact, after the date, my aura seemed to have expanded. She texted me past midnight or something. Like at 1:30 a.m. or something, she goes, hey, right? So for me, that's a win, okay? For me, that's a win. You've got to understand that soul controls emotion and emotion, okay? Some people believe that you can only catch a cold if your aura is down. If you're very depressed, you have anxiety, you're in your head, right? Get sinus issues, things blocking you, right? You feel mucusy, things like this, okay? And in this video, I might be called a legend or a schizo. It's depending who is listening and who vibes and resonates with this information, but just listen up. There's a very deep understanding, a lot of occult symbolism, that the air is the mental plane. And the mental plane can be influenced by others' negativity, right? It can be influenced by others' opinions and ideas, okay? Bro, I call you a psychic because I have some sinus issues right now. Got it. It's because, as spiritual people, we get into very heady concepts, right? My intellect is sharp, I know. I can use it to dissect and explain things to you guys. At the same time, it could cut off my power in certain moments, right? So discernment is really important on the spiritual path in the journey. And this is why you've got to be cautious about this stuff, okay? Why does every king or queen or, these elite people all have an occultist next to them? It only makes sense to really dive deep into this and protect ourselves, okay? So if you're looking at any kind of occult information, number one, protect yourself. The energy of the Buddha, Padmasambhava, okay? Jesus, Shiva, the Pleiadian Council, whatever you believe in, okay? It doesn't matter. You need proper protection and alignment from light beings and protection from ascended masters, okay? Now, some people even go to the conspiracy rabbit hole, right? And they say that the Hawk-Tuah girl, you guys know the Hawk-Tuah girl, right? Gotta spin on that thing or whatever, that girl, right? She's become a viral sensation just from appearing on this one project or whatever. That she was shooting an interview or something, right? I guess. Now, some people believe that's hawk. Hawk is Horus. Tua is an Indonesian word for magic. And so it's a universal hexagram using all the gematria sequences and able to... What? That's just a fucking girl, you know? Like, we don't have to buy into this weird conspiracy all of a sudden now. Now you can do that, of course. Look into it, okay? Do your own research. That's fine. But also you have to have this level of like, okay, that's not important to me right now, okay? How is the Hawk Tua girl making my life any different, okay? It's not. Now, it might influence people there in New York or wherever on a mass level or wherever she stays at. Okay, Haley Welch, I think her name is. Anyway, if you ever play with resistance, right? If you ever have resistance, I usually go for a walk, right? I will just pace around my room, right? In circles. I don't know if you guys do that too. You pace around, right? You create infinity symbols. You play with the walk. You walk it off or you shake it off. Okay? A lot of people, they don't know how to handle that resistance and they keep it locked in. I mean, think about it. During the lockdown days, right? Why did it fuck people up? Because the word was lockdown, right? The word wasn't freely roaming, okay? The word itself was, I'm locked down, right? Lord Hanuman, yes. Jai Hanuman, absolutely. And, you know, some people, even according to Manly P. Hall, who's a very high-level occultist, okay, he says the urge to smoke or to do drugs comes from the spiritual plane. It doesn't come from you. That's not you. It's coming from this invisible energy. And don't get swayed, because you might be into Vajrayana, right? And love the symbol of lightning and Babaji and lightning underwater, you know? Not even knowing that Lucifer came down like lightning, okay? And you might get swayed. But this is why I'm telling you guys, I don't say this to freak anybody out. I say this, read the disclaimer, okay? I say this to protect yourself. Be cautious. Be smart about this process. There are way too many armchair occultists that get themselves into random danger, and we don't want that in our path working, okay? We're here to be the juggernauts, which means, number one, we're immune to spiritual attack. Number two, we're entirely self-sustained. And number three, we have an incredible strength and durability, okay? Take these three tenets, if you will, and embody them. Now, I called this title the self-loving, I called it the self-loving bulldozer, right? Now, some people might say that and see that, be like, isn't that greedy? Isn't that narcissistic? Isn't that what the Buddhists call self-cherishing? Isn't that, you know, we'll have all these people coming in, not understanding the Godfidence that it takes to truly be self-loving. And really, if you learn to love yourself, a lot of the other areas of life start to work in your favor, okay? So if our true nature is that divine unconditional love, that God love, okay? Why is it a process of arrogance? Arrogance is still comparison to others. Insecurity is still comparison to others. You see that? Confidence is not comparison to others. It's a core confidence. It's a being alive. It's a process of revealing the self-love, which is buried. Your true form is just buried. It's just dormant, okay? So my question to the person listening, okay, is can you have gratitude for your mind, your body, and your spirit all at once? Which is having gratitude for your imagination. The dashboard, okay? Can you have gratitude for your visualizations the way that a small child looks at a temple? That's how Geshe-la describes it, right? Can you imagine you're like a Garuda flying in the air, right? Circling. Can you envision the visualization almost like it's like snow melting into water, okay? Not taking the visualization so seriously so that your logical mind has to comprehend it. What are all these tantric symbols? What are all these things? I don't know, right? It's like I'm imagining the medicine Buddha merge into my crown, and then all of a sudden he's becoming as small as my thumb. Like, well, how does that work? I asked my dad this the other day, right? He explained it to me. It becomes light. The visualization becomes light, and the light then pierces in and sits at the root heart. I'll speak about the root mind in a second. That's an important element to all of this. But peering into your energy field and others' energy fields and making micro adjustments as you move along is some of the ways that I do these live videos, as well as, you know, some of my earlier times where I used to record the videos. I might start doing that some more from either this month or next month as well, okay? However, I love the transformative effect of these lives because they're so, you know, they're so radically different, unique, but I have to be on my toes. It's like practicing my freestyle shamanism. And so that's amazing to me, honestly, you know? And if you really understand, and speaking of self-love, man, self-love is other love. I love you guys, man. You know what I mean? I really got to say that. It's the mirror law of attraction. You know what I mean? Source is the God mind. Okay? Simply notice somatic sensations in your body for this next week. That's it. Noticing any flushing, buzzing, contracting, stifling, tension, heat, okay? Freezing. Write them down. Just write down the somatic sensations, because self-inquiry gets you to heal your emotional body, because what shows up as emotions shows up on a somatic body level. Okay? So if you can be incredibly present right now, like if you're present with yourself right now, where do you feel maybe some tension, irritation? I feel it maybe in my middle back area, a little bit, you know, behind my neck area. I feel like a buzzing in my crown right now because I'm getting all these downloads and insights. I might be wanting to have a restless leg syndrome. You know how we do that, like pa 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 with our legs? I feel a sense of wanting to do that, but I'm not going to do that, okay? So as I'm just acting this out, right, this is almost like a theater technique if you think about it, right? I was watching The Chosen the other day. Great fucking Netflix show about Jesus' life. Jesus confronts Lilith in that final scene, you know, of that, in that first episode, man. Oh, so powerful. You Are Mine. Oh, such an amazing show. Okay, if you haven't watched that show, definitely go check that out, okay? Chosen, Netflix. Okay? Anyway, so there's the gross mind, there's the subtle mind, and then there's the very subtle mind. So there's levels of this thing, right? The causal body, mental body, astral body, right? There's levels to this thing. And in Vajrayana, okay, there's something called the indestructible drop. You can look this up, do your own research on it, okay? The indestructible drop is at the heart center in Vajrayana concepts. And this includes secret practices, by the way. I ended learning a phase of action tantra from my father, who runs a study center in Buddhist philosophy and psychology. So he's a retired psychiatrist, guys, okay? Both my parents are doctors and I'm the medicine man. Think about that. Think about that, okay? It's powerful, okay? I grew up with homeopathic medicine coming to my rescue and remedy. So of course I can speak something for that idea that the poison includes the medicine and the medicine includes the poison. The wound is the womb of your experience, okay? Anyway, back to this idea of the indestructible drop. It's this tiny sphere that contains the essence of one's pure consciousness, okay? That is what you identify with, what you bring your attention down to using your mental world, almost in a sense, okay? They call it pranavayu, okay? Pranavayu is the main inner wind, which is one of 5 primary types of prana, okay, or life force energy. You could call it life force energy, or, you know, whatever word you want to use. Orgone, okay? You can even say vril, okay? All those vril maxers are kind of weird to me, okay? Because that's such a I mean, there's a lot of darkness to the real society and so forth, but I understand that a lot of these societies, they try to have the best intention, but they always get overtaken or skewed in some way, or they distort truth. So, I mean, it's really coming down to governing, like the prana vayu governs your heart and your lungs, okay? So if you have this kind of subtle breathing, like shallow breathing, right? Like your breathing is very quick and anxious up in the head, right? Like that, it's fluttering. You have to try to bring it down and control the breath and the circulation so that the vital energy can flow properly through your body. Okay, and I had to learn this the hard way through doing a lot of breath work. One of our favorite breath works as adepts is the jungle breath, which is the same thing as the Dr. Joe Dispenza breath, which is incredible and very healing to bring and raise those energies up and really flush out any gunk, right? Those limited emotions that haven't found a home yet in the physical body, right? Balancing and harmonizing prana through breath control and other practices maintain that flow of chi or ki, and it's the key to unlock the chi. Okay, and it supports the stability of this indestructible drop, of this deeper facilitation of meditative states of mind. Okay, altered states of mind. This collective is a 360-degree mirror hologram. Okay, it's for the sake of perception, of expansion. We are here in this earth school to learn how to expand our energies and not contract our energies. Okay? Because when you'll notice when you have a negative belief about yourself, your energy contracts, and it causes, this is also from Bashar's tech, it causes a negative synchronicity reinforcement when your energy contracts instead of expands. Expansiveness is freedom and choice, right? So this is why being a juggernaut, having sovereignty as a spiritual practitioner is so important, right? Very important. You cannot escape the fact that you will see on the external what you see in the internal. Okay? So a big question here is, why don't people love themselves? Okay? I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey there, Fernando. So the question is, why don't people love themselves? What do you guys think? Well, what's your perspective on this thing? Okay, some might say it's like a conditioning or something, right? We're programmed not to love ourselves. Expectation versus reality, yeah. Like we're resisting reality because we expect something else than what is happening, yeah. That's one of the keys. I mean, ignorance and that particularly, rejecting consciousness, reality is a root cause of suffering, right? Yeah. Relentless of what? Resentfulness. Yeah, resentfulness is the death of good relationships. Yeah. Resenting someone, holding a grudge. Yeah. I think it's socialization too, right? Because there's a code of conduct to live amongst others and in groups. So I understand I'm a group species, but my well-being is also dependent on other people around me in my tribe. Okay? I'm not there to just be there just by myself. My survival is linked to my connection, and I knew that by healing one of my core wounds. My core traumas is the schizoid archetype in the bioenergetics framework of Wilhelm Reich. Okay? We use that framework because it's one of the easiest ways to get down to your archetype, your core key archetype from 0 to 7 years old. You might have heard this before by Dr. Bruce Lipton and all of these other ideas, but have you used it, right? Negative karmic circumstances, absolutely. Okay. We play this almost this weird game with ourselves to try to stay connected, right? At times we do that. 0 to 7 for me was hell. There you go. Okay. So once you heal that, brother, once you understand how to heal that core wound, it's going to change everything. It's literally going to change everything, okay? So loving the other is loving the self. I don't think modern culture understands this well enough, or even explores it well enough. Okay? And I know some people watch these videos who don't leave a comment, or they're like, ninja watchers. I feel you too, bro. Whoever's watching, okay? From my family, relatives, whatever, Whoever's like, oh, there he goes again, one of his rants. Whoever's watching, listening right now, I appreciate you, okay? I appreciate you. Self-healing and shadow work is so incredibly abusive at times to ourselves. And you got to notice that, because it's this weird background noise, right? Of like, I need to fix this because it's not okay. This needs to be better. I need to always improve, right? It's not a self-acceptance. Kira says, I feel like I can't speak on the subject matter because I clearly don't understand it well enough. Got it. That's fair. I think curiosity is self-love. Like, if you love something, right? Let's say you love cricket or something. You probably know all the players, right? You probably know everything about that. You love it so much because you're curious enough to love it. Let's just say that. So even in your life, if you stopped loving a partner, okay, you stopped getting curious about them. You knew everything about them. There's no mystery alive anymore, correct? So self-love, or love in general, starts from that curiosity place. I can handle abuse like a champ, but being stuck in the same place, nothing is worse than that. It costs pain to get out. It's well worth the price. Accept and change, yeah. Self-respect is also self-love, right? When you start to really respect yourself as a character in this video game of life. Like, I needed this guy, Uncle Makara, when I was younger. I needed him. He had to take form, take shape. You get what I mean? You got to start with this mantra, man. This little statement. Mantras, of course, are in the metaphysical world. Affirmations are to change the physical world, okay? That's the way you differentiate them. But this statement, this powerful affirmation is, I love myself no matter what. So whatever negative statement you say, it doesn't end there. I lost my job, but I love myself no matter what. I showed up late to work today, but I love myself no matter what. You guys get that? All right, give me a thumbs up if you get that, because it's powerful. That concept by itself is so powerful. We have Ryan G over there. Yo, and Ryan G, next to your name, there's like a screwdriver, to attack the trolls with it. Okay? Trolls live under the bridge, but we are the bridge. Bob the Builder over here. Yes, we can. What if one doesn't even feel any love in the heart? It's basically soul retrieval, bro. It's like it's there, but it's trapped under layers. It's like dogma, parents' ideas, society's constraints, social. So it's like understanding that my best interest is your best interest, right? Understanding the golden rule is really key in understanding and feeling that love in the heart. It might be that you have heart walls up, right? So sometimes we have heart walls and there are different textures or substances. So for some, it might just be a styrofoam heart wall, right? Very quick, easy to remove. For others, it's like terracotta. For some, it's like, dang. Okay? Ryan G. Sounds like me last night. Cried my eyes out to 90s R&B heartbreak songs. There you go, bro, right? There's clearly something happening there. That was from the spiritual realm, Ryan G. That wasn't you technically crying. It was them clearing out your gunk for you, in some ways. So that's awesome, right? So more of me, it's probably nuke bunker walls. Yeah. Got it. I fall under the self-hate category. It stems from my perception of myself. Like, Can I love myself when I do XYZ? Yeah, start with that mantra, brother. Look in the mirror and say that to yourself, even if it feels forced, right? Even if it feels forced, it's going to melt away the shame, okay? I don't like this version of myself, and thus I continue and don't change, right? Because you're not accepting that part of you, right? So ask yourself, what would it take? Ask your subconscious mind before you sleep, what would it take for me to heal myself from all disharmony forever? The answer is simple. Your mind will tell you. There it is. Okay? Some of you got it immediately. Maybe you didn't get the download right now. That's okay. That's okay, right? You got to trust in that, though. You already know what to do. You're just not doing it, right? That's the main key here, okay? But thank you for taking me seriously, because you guys have seen my transformation on this channel, right? I agree with Sum. I had a similar challenge, Akira. The version is probably protecting you from something. That's right. What is that emotion keeping you safe from? That's a question we ask in our healing sessions. Yeah. Powerful. You know, I've also been noticing that, doing some research into health, and noticing that seed oils, you know, they stay in your system until you lose the excess body fats they're stored as, right? So I'm now replacing them with ghee, extra virgin olive oil, raw butter, red palm oil, stuff like this, you know? And again, back to the idea of resistance. Don't resist resistance. That's a trap. That's such a trap. That's a loop, bro. Okay? I play with resistance. Work with the resistance. Work with the isolation, the rejection. Don't run from it. You keep running from it, and so you're in this escapist mentality. Work with the resistance. See it. Feel it. Fear it. Feel into it deeply. I choose to be present with you right now. Resistance. It's there to help you make a decision that's actually in your best interest. Okay? Oh, bro. Tetsuo, you just got to do one of our healing sessions, man. We've had people just bawl their eyes out. Okay? So I have different ways to bring out those energies, specifically because we work with all 5 bodies, right? Physical, mental, emotional, energetic, and spiritual. Yeah, we should get some chakra shirts for sure, right, G? Yeah. You remember that meme I posted, Ryan G? Like, say it louder. There's like 2 people having sex, right? Say it louder. It's like, your chakra alignment is finally working, right? Need to become whole, feel the spectrum of emotions. Yeah. Yeah, like the shirt I got on right now, right? Yeah. Sri Yantra, flower of life type beat. All protected by powerful aura. Yeah. You know, unrefined virgin coconut oil for weight loss, vitamin E to cause less stress by the seed oils, man. Increase your basal metabolic rate, as they say, okay? Do you want to become a burden to your family in the old age, right? Imagine your kids having to take care of you because you haven't taken care of your body properly. That's sad, bro. Okay? Look at all the places where you've struggled the most, bro. Your answer is actually there. Okay? Your answer, the secret lies. The pain is the elixir for the shaman. Okay? A lot of people run from that. Okay? I've ran a lot of my life from my own issues, problems. Suppressed, cut, snip, edit, run from the resistance. No, I face it head on. Okay? A vulnerable child with wise mind, strong body, and underneath, Juggernaut suit. Ooh, I like that. That's a dope visual. That's dope. Be as a child is to get to heaven, right? In the Bible, as they say. Look at the places where you struggle the most. You can actually develop a wealth mindset when you stop seeing things as outside of you, okay? You are a divine fractal that needs nothing and is everything. Because nothing here is really by accident, is it? Like, you're not on this live by accident. This is all divinely orchestrated. And as you start to remember how masterful you've always been, you can then start looking from that different perspective. And all I help you do, bro, is I just help you see from a different perspective. That's one of my top strengths of the VIA questionnaire, okay, is perspective, okay? Also, lack of authenticity definitely drains your money, blocks your money, okay? Money is attracted to stability and safety. If you feel safe within your own body, if you feel stable in your own sense of mind, you'll notice the spirit of wealth. It's a spirit, it's an energy, okay? Just like you work with the spirit of love or lust or, pain or whatever other spirits you work with, right? You do work with those. Those are emotional. Think of them like Inside Out, the movie, right? How all the emotions are like characters, right? The angry, fumes coming out of the ears. I had an anger management client once, a student, and we called his inner critic the Hulk, right? And every time he used to get angry, it's like, bro, that's not you, that's Hulk. You get that? So powerful. Channel the Trinity, Ma Lakshmi and Ma Saraswati, Lord Ganesh, with Hanuman protecting it. That's actually a very good advice, Tetsuo. Yeah. Thank you. I was watching this Zerka video about frame control being Auramaxxing, okay? I think it was very interesting because a majority of people are, suppressing their true selves, aren't they? It's like, the example he gave is like Donald Trump. He's so unaffected by the environment, right? Like, have you ever seen the streamer Speed? I mean, he even had that Ronaldo trend, but even him, it's like he's such a character. You know what I mean? Like that guy who's like, his energy's like that. It's up there, right? And it's like you recognize him immediately because of his vibe, his state of mind, okay? This is iShow Speed. He's a streamer, okay? Who I'm referring to. And, the first person to move in a very uncomfortable situation, that's the one that loses in this game of reality. Because they're breaking frame, and breaking frame or reality means that you are uncomfortable with what's happening. You see that? So, metabolism actually increases your confidence, okay? Why do you think you get shower ideas and random thoughts in the shower? Maybe you're in a warm shower, Some people take cold showers too. That's valid, of course. I love a warm shower. Why do you... I'm in the sunlight right now, right? I'm letting the sun hit my skin right now. Why do I do that, guys? Okay? A person from the outside world and medical industry like my mother will see, but you'll get burned by the sun and then you'll get cancer, and then, she'll go with the doctorate role, telling me, don't stay out of the sun. I love the sun. In fact, even when I get like a heat wavy type of feeling, I notice I love the sun. And you know why I think that is, guys? I have a theory about this, okay? Heat is greater than humidity. People become desensitized to things encountered because of long-term exposure, be it elements within and those outside. Yeah. Akala. Oh, man. Fudo Mio. Is that who you're talking about, Tetsuo? That's awesome. Thank you, bro. I'm feeling majestic today. Thank you, Tristan. Most powerful people I have seen are absolutely frame masters. Yes. Yes, yes. While at the same time surrendered to the flow of the universe. Okay. So back to the topic at hand of, temperature rising. I think this all raises aura health. Okay? All of the stuff that gets you hot, 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 feeling hot, hot, da, 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 okay? All right? TMI, spicy sugar, okay? TMI. It's like the person who like raises their hand and still asks like, can I go to the toilet? Like, bro, you're an adult. Fucking go. Why are you still asking me? Like, stop with all the spies. Yo, I love spicy food too, right? Gym, sauna, hot showers, infrared, sunlight. Why do I do all this stuff, guys? It's all to raise aura health. If you raise temperature, you raise aura health. There's actually some scientific studies to this. I'm going to find it. I'm going to get Zach to find this, bro. Zach. We need Zach, right? This Timeless the Schizoid prophet. Right? We have like the people for the, like we have David for scripture. We have Zach for the science, right? Who else do we have, bro? We have like Mathis for the incredible AI art he sometimes creates, as well as Ryan. You know, these are IT guys. We just have everybody with their skill sets, bro. We're the spiritual Avengers in this bitch, right? Like, honestly, like this feels like that. And it's an incredible feeling, to be honest with you. It's an incredible feeling when you truly tap in. You know, I made a post on Instagram the other day. It's you versus you, right? The greatest competition is with that voice of self-doubt that's just in the background. You can't make it. Yeah, you'll never be good enough. What's the point anyway? You can't. That's that voice that you're going against. That's you, but it's probably a weak version of you that's complaining, right? The best version of you, may the best version of you win. That's the message, right? May the best version of you win in this thing, right? The strongest sperm is the one that survives. It has to battle against all the other ones, right? And even the egg needs a defense system as a woman. Like you need a defense system against like these loser sperm, right? So that's the energy of the Juggernaut, is to understand that I will make it. This is my top priority. My fertility and my survival is linked to my spirituality. They're two sides of the coin. Shout out IMC Tech, right? In the beginning, because we understood this primal nature. Okay? The cold temperature reminds me of people being asleep, like how the brain needs to cool down. Yeah. Ooh, that's powerful, Akira. Dang. Man, you know what? My phone is actually in the heat, so it might overheat. As I'm talking about heat so much, I might manifest that shit. So I'm gonna actually move it a bit back, further back. All right. All right, man. Any other questions? What's coming up for this idea? These ideas that we're, working with. Is there anything that's bothering you currently, either today or this week, that we can confront together or carefront together? Akira, I think that's God, yo. What is beyond duality? Unexplainable. Beyond duality would just be beyond physicality, which means timelessness, time, portal to 5D, as they would say it, third to fifth density, or like in the Law of One teachings, or dimensions, whatever you want to call it, right? I think it's that. Like, beyond duality is Advaita Vedanta, right? If you think about it, right? That spaciousness that holds everything, but it's incomprehensible, really, right? We're trying to comprehend the incomprehensible. That's what's beautiful about this. It's so poetic, right? You're trying to grasp the ungraspable. That's dope. Yeah, there is. Definitely. It's the perceiver, right? Who can choose between left or right. right or wrong, up and down, right? Yeah. Exactly. Exactly, Tetsuo. Right? We need the heat in our body during the day to reap and cool at night to sleep. Deep sleep. Yeah. That's why they say you have to have a good temperature when you're, going to sleep. Because if it's too hot, your body's just going to be attached to the heat, Your body loves the heat, actually. Well, at least, I don't know. My body does. I'm fucking Indian, okay? Maybe you don't, right? Some of you guys, right? South Asians listening, I mean, you guys get it. It's like, it's nice to have that caramel, vibe, that skin. My answer ended up being infinity. Yep, same. Due to the diverse nature of spectrums, they're not held by one or the other one. Yeah. Beyond duality is God. Straight up. It's beautiful. It's a great concept, huh? Oh, man. There's many people calling me, so it might mess up the audio. But you know what? What I have on my phone, guys, because I get so many calls, right? Random telemarketers, students, people like train or coach, or just like bizarre things, right? So I always have it on blocked. Like all the calls get blocked, first and foremost. If people really want to reach out to me, they text me or they send me a voice message, which I check immediately. So if you're ever one of those people listening, you know why I don't call you or why I don't pick up your calls is because of that, okay? If you send me a voice message, immediately I respond to it because that's just where my brain responds to. I grew up in an environment, guys, right, where my parents were always on a phone call because they were doctors. So I had an aversiveness towards hearing even the sound of a phone ringing. I felt, fuck that, right? Growing up. So even in my relationships, when a girl used to call me, I used to feel this weird like panic. And I'm like, why am I feeling this panic? Oh, it goes back to my childhood, right? Where my parents used to constantly get phone calls around the home and used to trigger the fuck out of me because I was just a small kid. Imagine a small kid constantly hearing phone calls at home. And we also wake up to that same sound when we call it an alarm clock. Bro, it's a wake-up call. It's not an alarm. An alarm clock is alarming. You have a burglar alarm, car alarm. Why do we even call it an alarm clock? Okay? We used to wake up from cock-a-doodle-doo, right? Back in the day. You know what I mean? Now, if someone just sent me a text message, now I'm going to read it. They say, I just booked a call for you at 4 p.m., right? I'm going to read that, right? But somebody else, finding me on Just Dial Vibrate something online and then just booking it in randomly and thinking that they're going to get a session. No, bro, right? Got to book it in. 1111, yeah. Let's go. Oh, it's 1111 for you? It's 241 for me, Ryan G. That's wild, huh? Oh, it's 242 over here in my watch. Nice. Tapped in. How to hold strong frame and not be swayed by the world. I think remain authentic no matter what, bro. And be if you're ever in a group of people and people bring up very toxic or strange topics, just stay and remain unreactive. Be the last one who responds to that. Just continue doing what you were doing. Check your watch, whatever. Right? Get into that mentality of you not turning around immediately when someone calls your name. Right? We're such a slave to our name. We hear it in a loud public environment. We're going to turn like that. You see that? So the chances, it's like, I'm going to be slow with it, right? Smooth with it. Okay? Left to right. Okay? Yo, Zoom. Right? Sometimes I hear that. It's like someone's fucking up their Zoom account or something. It's like, I turn around like it's not even me that they're calling, right? Awesome, brother. Great. Don't call it an alarm, though. It's your wake-up call, right? It's go time. Call it your go time. Let's go. Awesome. Should have paid $3,000 to bail my friend out. Should I have done that? Should I have paid that money? I'm testing no for that for some reason, bro. I don't know why. That's testing a strong no. Why do you think that is? Why do you think you didn't do it? What did your intuition tell you? Were you thinking like he wasn't going to pay you back, or popcorn time, right? I've had auditory hallucinations, my mom calling for me, and it turns out is not to be the case. There you go, bro. Yeah. We fear that, right? Oh, our parents calling, oh no, right? I must pick up the call of an Asian tiger mom. Okay. Waiting for what did you expect to answer, but anyway. All right, guys, so I'm getting a lot of calls right now. Though they get insta-blocked, so you guys can still hear me. I think subliminals make my brain too sensitive to environments. I can feel psychic energies. People have their eyes on me during that time. That's really interesting, bro. You know, in psychic seduction, where you're basically like you're touching them and then they turn around or something, like they feel it immediately. That's trippy, dude. That's trippy. Like when it really works, it works, you know? All this stuff. There's this invisible world. I used to never believe in this stuff, bro. I honestly used to be so skeptical. Like, what do you mean we have elements, you know, in our body? Like earth, wind, water, fire. That's basic, dude, you know? But then I really looked into it, and all these evil people, right, on the planet are using this tech. And now I'm like, I gotta know my enemy. You know what I mean? This is not villain arc, this is Deva arc. No way he would pay me back. He beat a guy up over a few bucks. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do to me over? Yeah, there you go, bro. That's the reason why you didn't do it. Yeah. Okay. Glad we solved that, okay? He beat a guy up for a few bucks. There you go, bro. Like, bruh. Okay? Talk about scarcity consciousness, right? I mean, I lost money at this date, right? But I knew it was a part of my attunements. It was a Dakini challenge, probably from the other side, right? I knew it was a Dakini challenge, for sure. You know when a Dakini appears in your life, right? It's a woman or a feminine energy that appears in your life, and then you learn the lesson and she disappears. You never see her again, right? Thumbs up if that's happened to you ever before, right? You meet a girl, you have a really cool interaction, everything went swell, right? Fucking fantastic, she disappears. She goes cold, she goes dry, she goes, right? Flakes or something. Okay? Now, if she still responds to you, like after a few months, that's maybe we can start to understand you haven't learned your Dakini lesson, or, you know, it happens like that, you know? I was an atheist. It took me 100 trips to change my core beliefs. Right on, right on. Yeah, even Ryan G's frightened of that. And Ryan G's like an intense spiritual shaman, you know? We're gonna have him on the call, Tetsuo, at a certain point. Okay? You'll learn from his tech as well. He's more of the dark side and I'm more of the light. But again, light and dark work both together well. We're gray mages, right? So we're there to find the truth in all of this. Okay? All right. Well, it didn't matter what words are used, such as elements. The body is complex, and for any open-minded individual, they can notice traces of design. Who designed and for what purpose, right? Kermit hooded emoji, right? Boom. Dun, 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 dun. Like, imagine a Sith Lord, right? And like a Jedi Council guy, like working together. Like, that's what we're doing, bro. Okay? These thoughts are what cause us to question our existence. Yeah. Again, it's like philosophize and actionifize at the same time. You get me? You feel me? Wagwan. Then what is Jesus? I have yet to explore that topic. What is Jesus? Such a broad, expansive question, right? Like, if we really think about it, is it our heightened God chakra, right? Is that what Jesus is? Is it like just a man who is God? I and my Father are one, right? Is it what the Rosicrucians say? Is it what the Kabbalists say? Is it what the, you know what I mean? Like, which perspective are you asking that question from? Are you a Christian asking? Okay. Were you raised Catholic, full of indoctrination, or were you free to choose? Okay. Because it goes to show 78% of people in the US are not religious anymore. They're spiritual. But what does that even mean? Demons are spirits. Okay? Right? Random jinns are spirits. Fairies are spirits. What do you mean by spiritual? What in the world do you mean by spiritual? Right? We need to channel Ma Lakshmi hard, bros. Yeah. These are all symbols and archetypes, if you really think about them, right, guys? Yeah, exactly. I think so too, Emmanuel. Like, he's a symbol of peace, compassion, good-heartedness, kindness. But he also has a ruthlessness to him, right? He is that Juggernaut energy. He will flip tables if need be, you know? Have you learned about Islam? Yeah, somewhat. Somewhat, brother. My father actually gave me a very interesting Islamic book, which was in the context of actual direct experience. It is very powerful. I can send it to some of the adepts if they're interested, like Feras is also, you know, Muslim. And okay. Who is Jesus? A different question than what is. Yeah. Yeah, object over individual. I think I'm going now. Okay. Okay. Witchy Yogi, hey, what's up again? I feel my shadows are calling out to me for change. I often feel Hecate around nowadays, but I'm scared shit of dealing with these deep levels of shadows like addiction. Any advice? Yeah, I do have advice for you actually on that, because we actually are exploring this very same topic, so you're here to ask at the very right time. A lot of the adepts in the program, we have 3 Shaktis. We don't have 1. Okay, so think about it like chemistry, alchemy, but like chemistry, right? So acid base, right? So you have a light feminine, a bridge that combines light and dark feminine. Okay? You have a light feminine, a bridge that combines light and dark feminine, and a dark feminine. So you could choose Hecate to be your dark feminine. You need a bridge goddess, right? That is neutral. Like I choose Harmonia because she's harmony, right? You can choose your own example of that. Like Ryan G has Venus or Aphrodite. We have a Kuan Yin for Robert. I won't share the others because I don't want to like reveal it, but you know, or no, that's Robert's light being, right? Or is it the bridge? I keep forgetting. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, I did the testing this morning. But yeah, try and see if you can find that balance of the 3 Shaktis, because the 3 is the divine number, right? And if you can combine Hecate's energy with like a lighter feminine energy, maybe like a Saraswati or maybe like a Durga energy, you know what I mean, girl? Right? Like combine it with some other tech and then have a base like in the middle, right? That will create a positive bridge. Okay? That's my advice for, you know, the shadows. And again, addiction is actually the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection. You need to find tribe. You need to find people who resonate with you again, because you lost your friends, remember? So that's my next advice, is like find a sisterhood or find a collective. You can join our Adepts program. We have Claudia there. Hopefully some more women. We need women in the Adepts program, yo. Also watch the Priestess Beast video yesterday's live. That was powerful for only women. Okay. Awesome. Let's go. Is your father Arab? No, he's not. He's Buddhist. Lucifer is God. No, he's not. Okay? I mean, we need to channel wealth and prosperity, Lakshmi. We already have the divine knowledge in our hands. My educational qualifications, I have a master's in applied positive psychology and coaching psychology. And just some background, a lot of background in just esoterics and just, you know, I've done all the fucking programs, Reiki healing, pranic healing. I've done all of that stuff, you know. But I don't choose to look at labels or qualifications like that, you know. Rise together, bro. Rise up the financial hierarchy. Dope. How did Jesus' brother convince all the angels to rebel against his own brother? Right? Well, think about them. All the angels end in El, Elohim. Lucifer was the one who ended in fur. You got to understand this stuff, man. It's in the words itself, bro. Okay? So on point, I've been working on Agora path-related goddess, like, thinking like, yeah, Green Tara's amazing. I love Green Tara's energy. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing energy. Amazing. I've seen God face to face times in the sky just looking at me. That's dope. Action over philosophy. My responses to those who delve into spirituality, created religions, sects who cannot trust the work of others to look within. Hey, we have David. Yeah. Jesus answered, before Abraham was born, I am. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing each other in the psalms and hymns of spiritual songs, singing to the grace to the hearts of the Lord. Yeah. Lucifer and other dark forces could be seen as gatekeepers of their world. Yeah. It's a very powerful consciousness because it elates you up, right? The Luciferian energies, it just take your consciousness, right, of humanity, of normality, and it just raises up, right, your energy. Yes, I am Indian. Om Tara Tu Tara, yeah. Tu Re Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara. All right, let's go, guys. I'm getting too many calls right now, okay? So let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Stay positive. Heal the sick, as David said. Raise the dead. Let's go. Okay? Drive out those demons and freely give. Yeah. You already know. Let's get it, guys. Upward spiral, gang. We are Primal Sutra. Let's go back to source, back to primal. That primordial, primeval waters of Nu. Let's go back to that, yo. We got this, you got this. Upward spiral, gang. Yeah.